John Lomax here with Mike Hedge in the Parrot booth, looking at a brand new debut product here for SEMA 2007, the RK8200 head unit. Mike, tell us about this breakthrough head unit.
John, this is a terrific product we've got here. It's a full-featured car kit integrated with a high-performance stereo head unit. It features 5 inputs. It's iPod ready. Right behind the faceplate, you can plug in the iPod. USB connection there as well, and there's a cave back there, which we'll show you in a minute, where you can store those 2 devices. It's got a 3.5 millimeter jack on the front. It's got streaming Bluetooth A2DP capability as well, and SD card that slips into the side of the faceplate.
That's really cool. That's a lot of inputs, and it's also the inputs people are looking for: USB, iPod, SD card. And if somebody comes in your car and they've got a device that doesn't fit one of the things, everything's got a 3.5 jack on it. Just pop it right in.
That's true, even for the good old traditional CD player.
Yep.
Now, we note that the CD player has been eliminated from this device because, as you know, iPods and MP3s have revolutionized the market. That's the basis of all recorded music these days.
Well, I mean, I have 0 CDs in my car. 0. I don't use them anymore. It's a pretty bold statement for somebody to come out and put out a head unit that does not have a CD in it. I think you guys are one of the first to come out and say that they're maybe on the way down. So
indeed, we are one of the first, and we do believe that they are on the way out. In fact, if you look at the recording industry figures for the last few years, CD sales are down 31%. So you know they're going the way of the 8-track.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely digital delivery is the way of the future, and you guys are right there on the cusp of it. All those inputs and great sound quality aside, the thing I really like about this unit, Mike, is these nice big buttons, nice big knobs, easy to use. Even the 5 key has a little nipple on it so you can feel it when you're driving down the road.
Right, as you're bouncing down the street. I really like that. It's a good point, John, that you can feel those without looking.
Yeah.
And they're not big pads that are going to overlap each other. No. So you can get right on what you need.
Exactly. I mean, I touch on dial without looking at the phone. If I can find that 5 key, then I'm good to go. And that's the way this unit is, and that's a real nice safety feature. Besides having the hands-free capability that's built into all your Parrot products, really cool.
Right. Speaking of the hands-free capability, this unit can store up to 8,000 contacts.
Wow.
Of your closest friends, of course.
Yeah, of course.
All 8,000 of them. But in addition, it's got a 1 gig internal memory for those contacts plus music. It'll hold up to 300 MP3 files in that capacity, as well as all those other input devices.
Fantastic. And you can push the caller ID photos to the phone, push the contact from your phone to the device. You can push all your contact information into the phone. One thing that I found with the Parrot products that we've used is the incredible range of the Bluetooth. When we're charging our van in our bay and I walk out into our warehouse, it can be a long way away from the van, and the van takes over my phone. So sometimes it's almost too good. But you guys have really good range and clarity on your Bluetooth connectivity, but you guys have been doing it for a long time.
We have. We appreciate the compliments very much. Thanks, John.
I mean, it's not a compliment. We use the product on a regular basis, and it really has worked for us. For those people that aren't familiar with Parrot by now, tell them a little bit about the background of the company.
I'm glad you asked that. And one of the reasons you've noticed the good clarity in our voice recognition and the superior echo and noise cancellation, that's really where we cut our teeth. Bluetooth technology, as well as what's called digital signal processing, the echo cancellation, noise cancellation, voice recognition. We also sell those technologies on a chipset to radio manufacturers, automotive OEMs, and you know how high their standards have to be. This is a lot more than an aftermarket product. It's ready to go on an OE basis too. And that's why there's such clarity. And universal phone compatibility is another big feature of Parrot. Because we're not a phone manufacturer and therefore don't necessarily favor just our phones, we have to work with pretty much everything. So we have an active testing program going on back in our headquarters in Paris, as well as our North American headquarters in Austin, Texas. We test hundreds and hundreds of phones, and it's expensive. It takes a long while, but that's why our kits work so well.
Yeah, they really do. And if you think that the U.S. market is addicted to cell phones, all you need to do is take a little trip to Europe and find out that People definitely use cell phones in new and exciting ways over there every day, and are really pushing what can be done. And I just can't wait for the next generation of products to come out, and you guys will be right there on the forefront of it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Europe does tend to lead the wave a little bit in cell phone technology, and then we get it. We were about a couple of years behind in Bluetooth adoption here, but we've rapidly closed now, and more than half the phones sold today are Bluetooth capable already. One other feature I'd like to show the viewers is the little cave.
Oh yeah, this is super cool.
Let's bring this over here.
I'll hold this out for you.
One of the other really neat feature I'd like to show the viewers here, John, is what we call the cave. This is where you can store your MP3 device or your iPod when you're using it, or even when you're not using. But here you can see it's connected with a special iPod connector. It goes right in there, and then the faceplate clips right back on the front, stores it securely out of the way, so it won't get ripped off when you're parked someplace or whatever.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That is a
Very
really,
nice.
really nice feature. And I like this, a real nice little non-slip surface in here. It's nice and kind of padded and protected. I'm always looking for a place to throw my iPod or throw my phone on a long trip. This would be a great little spot. You just toss it in there. It's protected. You throw the faceplate back on. You've got full control of your iPod through the face control, so that's a great place to keep it away and fully charged.
Right. We also make a steering wheel connector for this so that you can control everything from your steering wheel.
That's cool. And that's via this jack back here, right?
Via the jack on the back.
Awesome. This thing does have a full set of inputs and outputs, everything that you'd expect to find on a high-end head unit. The build quality is really good. I think you got a winner on your hands here, Mike.
I think we do too, John. And speaking of high-end, it's a high-end product, but it's got a very competitive price. It'll sell for $279.99 MSRP.
Wow.
And it should be available in the early second quarter.
That's amazing. That price point for all those features, you've definitely got a winner on your hand, Mike.
Thanks, John.
Have a good one. It's been John Lomax here with Mike Hedge at the Parrot booth, SEMA 2007.